My dumbass forgot to frickin' unmute my mic. God damn it. Should I start over? Should I restart the day? And I was making some funny jokes too. You should have said something sooner, Sharky. We'll restart the day, that way I can reread it for you. Load game. This is the day we're starting on, right? Yes, we're gonna restart the day. It's okay, Sharky. It's okay. Hold on, hold on. Alright, we'll start this again. Is she reading for herself in her mind, or is something not working? Yeah, it was something not working here. Because I even checked, like, before I started talking, I was like, my mic, like, the little cord on my mic, I was like, yeah, it's unmuted. Forgot that I had muted it through the actual Streamlabs thing. Like a goose. Alright, let's try this again. Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. Lunar cell panel prototype ready for first test. Newcomer progressive elven metal band. Avathor tops US music chart. World Golem Culture Center grand opening to be held in Bhutan. Go back through our tea chill. Go back and like the things. Dinner with my team. I was saying that the little yellow guy in there looks adorable and I want him to come to our coffee shop so I can make him's coffee. Normal schedule. And then I was saying that her post, I'm taking an easy day because self-care is important. Don't forget to take a good rest once in a while too, everyone. It's very... Man, no invite to the stream? How mean. Look, you should have notifications on, my little mod. And you missed the fun axolotl. I had to restart the day because my dumbass didn't unmute my thing. So you didn't miss much. You're literally coming back like brand new. But yeah, what Rachel posted here is very, very true. Last night was wild. Ever had a night like that? Oh, bitch, I'm fabulous. We are fabulous. Let's see. All the ingredients are stocked up, and the weather's keeping quiet. Looks like a good night to listen to some stories. Because remember, last time we ran out of ginger. It's my werewolf. and his vampire friend. Good evening, Mr. Hyde, Mr. Gala. Nice to see you two. How did it go at the hospital today? Well, it was fine, except I was a little exhausted. Goodness, are you having issues with the children again? No, that's not it. It's just... Well, for starters, my Fury's giving me a hard time. Your Fury? Is it the full moon already? Nope, but I sometimes get pre-Fury symptoms. It's like PMS. Pre-Fury symptoms? Except for this is PFS. Yeah, it's a common thing for werewolves. A few days before the full moon, our bodies start to prepare for Fury. And that changes the way they react to pretty much everything. Symptoms vary depending on who you ask. Can affect our muscles, our appetite, our energy levels, give us headaches, and a lot of other stuff. Sounds like a normal week for us. Small, but annoying. Very much so. Doesn't sound pleasant. No, to be honest, it's not great. For me, I've been feeling pretty sore and more tired than usual. And a bit crankier as well. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I woke up really late compared to normal. So I got up, I ordered my lunch, and have been working on a secret project that I'm doing, which I can message you about later, Axolotl. I think I actually told you about it already. Yeah, I'm working on a project outside of the stream, so was doing a little bit of that before I streamed, and probably gonna nibble on more of my lunch throughout the stream, just because, you know, it's fun to do that. I likes to nibbles. Is there a drink that could help you with that? I never found one, but if anyone can come up with it, it's you, Wolfie. Since a Gala had can soothe your Fury, would it maybe work for a pre-Fury as well? Words, I can speak, I promise. Maybe, but I think it'd need to be more relaxing, like a Gala had, but with no caffeine and maybe blue. Yes, all the nibbles. Okay, so for a Gala had, it's tea, milk, and ginger. Tea has caffeine, so he wants it blue. We need milk and the ginger. Brew. Not on the well, they could be considered like giant pieces of kibbles, because I ordered boneless wings. So they're just like really, really, really giant kibble. But I love this drink. It's so pretty, and it's got a wolf designed into it, and like the little yellow flakes look like stars. It's so pretty. I want it. Here you go, a Gala tea for you. Do you come up with these names on the spot, Wolfie? No. It takes a bit of soul searching to tailor it to the situation and so on. That almost makes it sound like you know in advance what you were going to order. It's 'cause I'm a psychic. Call it a sixth sense. I see dead people. Right. Let's see how your sixth sense tastes. Mr. Werewolf Man is tasting me. Just saying. Ouch. Wow, this is excellent. Exactly what I needed. Very happy to hear that. Look, he's the one who said he was going to taste my sixth sense, okay? What's with the long looks, you two? Did something happen? Actually, Wolfie, guess I'll just come out with it. I need your help. My help? Come on, I wasn't that bad. No? I was so tired today I nearly fell asleep on the job. But most importantly, it's not good for you. Moping around, sulking, refusing to look at solutions. I've never seen you like this, and I'm getting worried. There's nothing to worry about. You say that, but then you spend entire nights looking miserable. No advice I come up with is good enough. And Hyde, I'm barely keeping it together as it is. You should know by now how I feel when Fury's about to hit. One second. Just going through some notifications, making sure nothing's important. Okay. All set. Nom nom nom. Yes, I was nom nom nomming on some chicken. I take it you two ended up chatting yesterday after all? You bet we did. After I walked out of here, I headed home and found this one, lying on the sofa, staring at the ceiling. Looking so gloomy it sucked the color out of the room. And it's not the first time either. It's a constant these days. Please help me help him, Wolfie. I'm at my wit's end. Mr. Hyde? Ugh, fine. The truth is, I'm bored to death. Or I would be if it wasn't for the whole immortality thing. I'm nearing 40 years old, and I've never been this bored in my entire life. Interesting. You usually make it sound like you're much older. 40 years old in vampire years. I'm not saying how old that is in other species' years. Eyes on the prize, Wolfie. Intervention first, gossip later. My apologies. Why are you so bored, Mr. Hyde? My job. What was that? My job. Hey, no need to shout. Well, I'm also irritated about it, okay? I'm not exactly used to sitting around twiddling my thumbs, but modeling stopped being fun ages ago. You did mention something like that last time. You are trying to leave modeling behind then? Yeah. Is there a specific reason for that? It's all just so brief. Back when I started modeling, people thought of fashion in a different way. They wanted to keep their outfits for a while. So they had to be elegant, well-made, and versatile. Some campaigns that I featured in stayed on billboards for months. And I knew the clothes would last decades. In a way, it felt like I was building a bond with their wearers. I endorsed something that would feature in their cherished memories. But then social media came and it all became disposable. The clothes themselves, of course, but the models even more. I shoot a campaign, the brand posted online, and it gets attention for what, 10 minutes? Then another campaign comes in and everything's forgotten. Blink, and it's gone. There's no bond to be built there. Isn't that changing these days, though, with slow fashion and the like? That's true, and people are getting into vintage clothes, too. I salute that. But the reality of my job remains the same. What about your fans? You have so many people following you. You mentioned that last night and my answer hasn't changed. They follow me because they think I'm pretty. Welcome back, Axolotl. Being admired is nice, but it doesn't constitute a bond. So are you saying that you'd like to leave more of a mark? Maybe so. It would be nice if I did something that people remembered, that became a part of their lives in a real way. You do know you have people in your life in a real way, right? People who always remember you? That's not the same thing. Maybe you should study to become a doctor or something. That would make a real difference. No, thank you. The job still needs to be fun. Studying for 10 years just to exhaust myself in 14-hour shifts? Did you mistake me for a hard-working vampire? You see what I'm dealing with, Wolfie? It does seem to be a thorny issue. Perhaps you'd like to mull it over with a drink in hand, Mr. Hyde? Yeah, that sounds good. Why don't you give Hibiscus another shot, Wolfie? I'll give you a hint. Make it very, very spicy hibiscus. Okay, so hibiscus and cinnamon? Double cinnamon? Oops. Here, I hope you enjoyed this one. Well, well, looks like you lose, Gala. Guess there's a first time for everything. What do you mean? Never mind. I don't particularly like this, by the way. What, is it supposed to be hibiscus and double ginger? Whatever. Well, it's a good thing I don't like you too much either, Mr. Vampire Man. Oh, hi, everyone. Hey, Lua. Hi, Lua. Busy night, I see. I miss Lua. Busy and lively just the way we like it. That's good. And I'm really glad you're here, Hyde. I wanted to apologize for the other night. I was so excited to see you, especially since it had been a while. But we ended up fighting with Bailey's instead. You must be getting bored of our arguments. Hey guys, I think Lucas is maybe a little bit wasted. It's alright, they're kind of fun to watch. How are things with you two, by the way? Just let me order before I answer. If that's alright, Wolfie. Of course, what would you like? I just spent the whole day talking in meetings and presentations, so I have a bit of a sore throat. Is there anything you'd recommend for that? Definitely, something with lemon and honey. Sounds great. I'd love a lemon and honey drink then, please. I know there was one in our list that said that it was good for sore throats. So honey and lemon.
I'm not like other girls.
I'm not even a girl. I'm a pterodactyl. Alright, so let's do tea, lemon, and honey. That'd be good for a sore throat. Midsummer's Night Dream. Here you go, some honey to soothe, some lemon to boost recovery. Thanks, Dr. Wolfie. Oh, now I'm the doctor. Lua. Lover of the bright moonlight, believer in a life without a fight. I'm a big fan of art and poetry. Working 9 to 5 in a trading company by day, going to poetry readings and museums on the weekends, enraptured by the forbidden fruit. Ooh, hold on. Nope, I didn't want to open Tea Chill, I wanted to open the brew pad. Sweet and memorable like summertime blues. This is truly lovely, just what I needed. That's great to hear. My company's trying to get a big contract, so I've been organizing meetings with everyone. Making sure it's all going according to plan. Sounds pretty tough. Yeah, it's a lot of responsibilities and decision making. And part of me likes that, but part of me feels the pressure of it. So it's nice to be able to unwind with a warm cup. Anyhow, to answer your earlier question, Gala, you've probably gathered that Bay and I have been fighting. Yeah, and Hyde told me a little bit about it too. Right, well, we haven't discussed the wedding for the past couple of days, and honestly, it's done me a lot of good. The thing is, I know Bay means well. He suggests all these things that he thinks I'd like, and I should like them. He's paying attention, not just sending random ideas. I should be grateful that he's trying to please me, but I get annoyed instead, and then I start feeling guilty that I'm annoyed, which makes me even more annoyed. It's not great, I know. Well, it'd be easier if we always acted rationally, if we only got annoyed at the right people for the right reasons. But things aren't that simple, are they? That's true. Although, I guess if you figured out what actually annoys you, it would help. That's the problem. I'm not sure. At first I thought I was tired or worried. The decision making at my job is taking a toll for sure. It's a bit hard for me to also deal with organizing things in my personal life. Also, the financial side of it is hard to navigate. I don't want Bay to spend too much money, but he's right that involving my family comes with strings attached. I'm not sure how to avoid that though, but I'm realizing that might not even be the main issue. The more he sends me links to venues and caterers, the more it all feels wrong to me. I don't mean the wedding itself. I want to get married to Bay. But the way we're planning it, I don't know. I've been to my friends' weddings before. I've also been browsing the most popular wedding pictures online. There are always these big parties, very put together, very classy. They have their whole families over, their friends and colleagues. They rent these beautiful barns and they hire live bands. They wear designer dresses and bespoke suits. I used to look at that and think, this is great, this is what I want. But now it all just feels more and more off to me. Why don't you tell your fiancé that? What if he thinks I'm getting cold feet? Or that I'm questioning his ability to help with the budget? That's up to how you communicate it, isn't it? Right, but it's still a difficult topic. We've been through so much, you all know that. This is supposed to be our special day, a way to celebrate our partnership. Bay wants to honor that. He'll feel awful if he thinks I don't. Or if he thinks I don't trust him. I swear, you and your elf are well matched. You always worry so much about what others think, instead of working out your own wants and needs. You do realize that's the important bit, right? I mean, generally, yes, I get that. But how does it apply here? What do you think it means to honor your partnership? To celebrate it properly, for starters. Right. And who are you in that partnership with? I believe you've met him, the blonde guy with the puppy eyes. Right, I'm glad you remember that because you were making it sound like you were in a relationship with your friends who got married. And the strangers who put wedding pictures online. This is your relationship you're celebrating. Why are you so concerned with other people's weddings? Your special day needs to make sense to the two of you. Have it in trainers at a fast food joint, if that's what you like. That way you can also take the budget out of the equation. A simpler wedding won't feel shabby if you make it feel properly yours. I still want a pretty outfit and decent food. Thank goodness. But point well taken. It's just, my family might have certain expectations. Like I said in the last time, it's not for your family, it's for you. It's your day to celebrate your relationship. Like that's... Did they openly say that? No. And maybe they do, or maybe you just think they do. The only way to find out is to talk to them. Besides, isn't Bailey's about to become your family? You sure are the only family he's got. I'm not saying to disinvite everyone or to fight with them or anything, but you shouldn't put their needs above your own. I really shouldn't, should I? You've given me food for thought. Thanks, Hyde. My pleasure. Amazing how you perk up when you give people advice, Hyde. Maybe you should become a therapist. It's not a bad idea. Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence. I did say I might become a couples counselor, but I agree with what you all implied. I don't think I'm quite tactful enough for that. Are you looking to change careers, Hyde? He's bored of modeling, finds it too impermanent, and wants to leave a mark, wants to have fun. Just a very quick summary. Oh, I see. Well, is there any way you could make modeling fun again? I don't think so. Last time I had proper fun was maybe 20 years ago. What happened then? I was modeling a capsule collection for a young designer, and she wanted to take her own pictures. She got a studio, lugged the outfits there, found someone to do the makeup, then she whipped out an old film camera, a proper relic. I hadn't seen one like it since the 60s. My granddad has an old black and silver camera with 2 lenses. Was it something like that? Yep, exactly like that. She said she preferred it because of the way it captured the light, and also because it was a slower experience, something that would allow us to connect more. At first, I didn't think much of it. Started doing the usual, posing, switching, posing some more, but something felt different. Then I realized what it was. Most of the time, we were just talking. She only took a picture once in a few minutes, if that. Is that unusual? Yep. Most fashion photographers take dozens of pictures in a row. I felt a bit sorry for her, to be honest. I thought she didn't know what she was doing, and that she was wasting her money. But we had a great time, and we got kind of friendly, I guess, because at the end of it, she let me use up the remaining exposures. I fooled around, shot some random stuff, and one portrait of her. Then she suggested I come with her to her darkroom. Watch how she developed the pictures and how they come out. You did always have a fondness for dark places. Comes with the territory. Yeah, I could assume that vampires would prefer darkness. But as for the pictures, well, they were gorgeous. First of all, I looked really like me, you know? A me I could recognize. But that's not even what stuck with me the most. It's the care she put into processing each frame, working each picture through the chemical baths, hanging them, drying them. It was like watching a magic ritual. And her portrait, when she saw it, she got a bit emotional. She said she was used to being on the other side of the camera, and it was the first time she really liked a portrait someone took of her. I'm in a weird place these days. It's not like me to tell these kinds of tales, or to launch into soppy monologues, really. Just forget it. No, I think it's a beautiful story, and it gives me an idea. I think of another career for you. Please share, Lua. You'd be doing us, both of us, a solid. She's going to suggest he becomes a photographer. Go on, then. Well, maybe it's because I've looked at so many of them recently, but apparently film is making a big comeback for wedding pictures. It's what you said. It captures the light beautifully. And it's a more personal, slower approach. Maybe you could try that? Who, me? No, the other vampire who's looking for a new line of work. Yeah, you know, Dr. Jekyll, down the street. Get it? Haha, 'cause he's Mr. Hyde. I know, I'm hilarious. I think you got the wrong guy here, Lua. I know I'm disgustingly sentimental these days, but I'm not that far gone. Attending one wedding gives me cavities, let alone several per month. Wow. Yep. Come back, my little piece of chicken. Ah, well, forget about it then. No, don't forget about it at all. It would be perfect for you. Come on, Hyde. I know you like to play strong and sarcastic, but you are sentimental. And you love to chat people up. You'd solve all the bridesmaids' drama and offend the parents. But most importantly, you'd do something for these people that they'll never forget. They'll look at your pics their whole lives. If that's not leaving a mark, I don't know what is. You're assuming they won't get divorced. Well, that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work out. I don't know if this is the right topic for Miss Lua. It's alright. I know some marriages end in divorce, but that doesn't change anything, does it? Whether a marriage lasts for a few months or several decades, the wedding is still an unforgettable moment in someone's life. That career in the mafia is really looking up. You're hopeless. I'm falling asleep on my chair now, so I'm gonna head back. Do whatever you want, you thick-skulled vampire. Just don't stay out too late, okay? Yeah, right. That's my cue as well. I have some thinking to do. Maybe some talking. Thanks again, Hyde. And good luck. I hope your next adventure is a good one. It will be. Good night, Lua. Good night, Wolfie. See you later. Good night, you two. Goodbye, my werewolf. It's you and me, Mr. Man who doesn't like my drinks. Here we go again. Last one sitting. Indeed, proper night owls. You didn't say anything about the wedding photographer idea. It's ridiculous, right? Not for me to say, but I wouldn't call it ridiculous. Sounds like you enjoyed the whole film photography experience, and you do like being around people, don't you? I do, sometimes, but I'm not a romantic. People get married, they think they're taking a first step into forever. Well, there's no such thing as forever. Everyone ends up disappointed in some way, and then next thing you know... I don't want to sound too depressing. So you don't believe in love? Of course I do, but only in a certain kind. You can choose to keep supporting someone to enjoy their company. You can do that for years with friends, family, lovers. But at the end of the day, you're still you, a separate person. And they're still them. There's no two souls becoming one. Not really. I'd know, the one time I tried, it really didn't work out. But do you regret trying? No, I guess I don't. It confirmed for me that marriage and the like, it's never going to be my thing. And there's freedom in knowing that about myself. It's given me space to build other relationships that work much better. But at the same time, when I see people who truly believe it, people who walk into it willing to share their lives so closely, even if for most of them it won't pan out, there's something beautiful there. Like watching a butterfly fly too close to a flame, or a flower bloom like it will never wilt. Well, in my case, I singed off my wings, but I'm still here. And on that day, for that minute when I said we'd be together forever and meant it, I sure felt alive. If you know all that, then, you must also know that it's something worth celebrating, and something worth helping other people celebrate. You're a tricksy one, Wolfie, and I'm too tired to fight your logic, which means it's time for me to head back. Of course, Mr. Hyde. And I meant to say, I appreciate our one-to-one chats. I hope we can keep providing you with a comfortable space here. Oh, it's plenty comfortable, for sure. Besides, well, it all boils down to this, doesn't it? Hold on, let's check our thing before the day is over. Guess where I am, 'cause sure as hell I don't know. Ha 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 ha. Lucas, be careful, you drunk little turd. It boils down to this, doesn't it? The way time passes for me is very different from anyone else I know. Thank goodness, Gala is from a long-living species, but even then he'll grow old before I do, eventually. The world will change 100 times, technologies will die out, new technologies will come. I will feel again the way I feel now in a century, maybe two, and Lua and Gala won't be around to give me advice. The world won't wait for me. But you will, am I right, Wolfie? That is very perceptive of you, Mr. Hyde. Hey, you've grown to know me quite well. It's only fair that I know you a little in return. I suppose that's true. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that, to continuing our story. It's nice to know that no matter how much time passes, there's always going to be someone here rooting for me. Thank you for your trust, Mr. Hyde. We will make sure it's not misplaced. I know you will. And on that note, I should really go and complain at Gala some more. Are you lost? Gotta find your entertainment where you can. Take care of yourself, friend. And you as well. The world won't wait for you, Mr. Hyde, but some of us will. Aw, we got a softy spot for the Mr. Vampire. Galaxy Mint Tea. Witness the morphing nebula as the lemon is poured into the cup. Magical and refreshing. Look, don't bring Mr. Nibbles into this, okay? Thursday, September 28th, 2023. Robots asked to give ultimate advice. Elven burnout is real. Here's how to avoid it. New image recognition tech confuses gnomes with dwarves. A review. Nuh-uh, it's not fun to bring him into it. He didn't do nothing to you. Good evening. Let's open T-Chill. See if we've got anything going on down here. Nope, just the stories. Girl always has her secrets. Top of the morning to y'all, hungover but feeling awesome. Just spent almost 2 hours checking on the mobile games in the App Store. The amount of copycat games is just staggering. I mean, that's true even today. No delivery today, we'll resume tomorrow. Does that mean that she's coming into the coffee shop? Oh, it's Georgie, officer. Welcome. Hey, Wolfie. How are you doing? Officer. Oh. Sorry. My mind is kind of elsewhere right now. No worries. Work issues? What else? I'm all ears if you want to chat. You're a pal. I'm in a real bind, Wolfie. What happened? Well, never-ending workplace issues aside, things are getting weirder by the minute, and I'm feeling out of my depth. Are you talking about your recent patrols? Because remember, he was dealing with the tree and the slash tires and things over on that one street. Yeah. Hold on. Walking fast, I'm a seagull, go fuck yourself. Do 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 do. Alrighty. Been analyzing the CCTV footage the last couple of days. Oh, I see. How did that go? Did the cameras manage to capture anything? Yes and no. The infrareds caught a couple of blurry things. They ran off, turned a corner, and disappeared. Could have been anything, like rats or cats, but neither fits with what I heard on the scene. The footsteps, you know, the laughter. Come to think of it, it sounded more like giggles. Giggles? Can werebeasts giggle? Not at that size, no. Even if they could, it doesn't explain the footsteps, really. I see. Do you know why the satyrs from France are more musical than ones from America? 'Cause they have French horns. Haha, he's got the puns. I see. So what's next? I have some ideas, but they're just wild theories at this point. In short, I'm stumped. You know, Wolfie, I've been racking my brain ever since Miss Riona dropped that bomb about the fairies, you see. Oh, what about them? As it turns out, fairies was an umbrella term for many types of beings. Anything that didn't fit the known physical rules at the time was to be referred to as such. Oh, Does that mean banshees were part of the fairy folk? Probably. Not anymore, though. It's an ongoing process, but the list is getting shorter. But back then, any sentient being that was even remotely incomprehensible was considered that. And that includes apparitions. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Oops, wrong button. Dealing with something kind of important, sorry. Alright. Hello, Lux! And that includes apparitions. Apparitions. Yes, apparitions like ghosts. Georgie's scared of the ghosties. Ghosts? Ghosts! Okay, Georgie, calm down. This game's really fun. This is like the third episode-ish that we're doing of this. So there might be some backstory you're missing. There's also a first game to this that I didn't play before playing the second one. I played it 2 years ago, like when it kind of came out, but I didn't play it before playing this one, so it's definitely a game worth playing. It's very fun and very like, what do you mean? I see. Doesn't it sound like a bad joke to you, Georgie? You got some problems, my dude. I'm not sure I follow. But come on. Ghosts don't exist. Do they? I mean, they do. Because if they do, all I can think about is that damn tree now. Well, Georgie, you heard it from multiple people. Ah, right. The tree. Does that mean it's haunted? Well, considering someone was killed there and then turned into that tree and then they cut the tree down, yeah, I'd say it's haunted. It could be. Don't look so glum, Georgie. Order some coffee. Don't get how you can be so calm about this. I run a coffee shop. I'm chill. Well, why wouldn't I be? I mean, there have been all sorts of customers here. Some of them are so out of this world, even. Sometimes literally. You're right. I I guess you're not the one who's being weird here. Don't say that. Everyone has their own peccadillos. Okay, true that. If you don't mind telling me, though, may I ask the reason you're so afraid of ghosts? Gosh, no. That's a long story. Not something I'm ready to talk about anyway. That's understandable. All you need to know is my fear was never caused by actual ghosts. Oh? Suggestion is a very powerful thing, Wolfie. I mean, you get someone who's really good with their words and being able to manipulate things. Yeah, suggestion can be very, very powerful. That's all I'm willing to share for now. Okay, thanks for sharing. Got me some chicken. You know, it's funny. My grandpop was very into this stuff. So is my daughter. They're like my opposites, very curious and fascinated by the unknown. Not that I'm not, mind you. It's just, with my time as a cop and all, unknown variables usually mean trouble. I see. That makes sense. They're the kind of people who could see things from nothing. And I mean that in the best way possible. Like, you know the Zen rock garden thing from Japan? They understand the Zen-ness of it. I don't, but that doesn't stop me from thinking it's chill, you know? I think you almost got it. Yeah, but I'm sure he and my daughter could talk about it for hours. Too bad he passed away before she was born. I'm sorry to hear that. Don't be. You gonna order coffee or what, Georgie? On that note, Wolfie, you've seen my lighter, right? I'd say I'm pretty well acquainted with it now, yes. He keeps leaving his lighter with us. On accident, apparently. My bad. That thing was originally my grandpa's. Yeah, you told me that the first night we was here when the power was going out. He bought it sometime after the war ended. It was to commemorate the upcoming new era, he said. In more ways than one. He got honorably discharged due to a severe leg injury he'd never be able to recover from. Ah. At the time, he was living right across the street from the former town hall. For obvious reasons, he couldn't walk far. So it was a good location for him with all the veterans' support nearby and all. Right. Now, about that street. You see, my grandpop liked to chat. Never liked being alone, that guy. Plus, he pretty much hated his bleak room. So sometimes he'd go and hang out with the street vendors in front of his place. There were all kinds of beings there, along with their pets from all walks of life. That's why he had a lot of stories about the craziest things. Ah, I see. You see, the street's name just came to my mind last night. Can you take a guess what it is? The same street where the tree that got cut down is now, haunting people? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what street you're talking about, Georgie. Bourne Street? Uh-huh. It wasn't called that before, that's why the whole thing didn't click for me straight away. But I went through his files and it checks out. Does that mean the vendors he was talking about? Bingo. And you know what? He bought the lighter there. Wow, what a coincidence. Are you sure it's only a coincidence? What do you mean? Come on. Ain't no way they're just coincidences, Wolfie. Everything is lining up too perfectly, if you ask me. Uh-oh. Think about what's happened so far. It was my team that found out about the vandalism before they dumped the whole case on me. Then my car was hit out of everyone's. Right. Then my luck started tanking. The broken bug, the fan, the black cat. Just tons of weird stuff happening in the past week alone, you see. Right. Then one thing led to another. My team was chosen to lead the investigation. And tell me, who's in charge of the case? Oh, is it you, Georgie? Yeah, it's you. Then there's the Banshee lady, your patron, with some information I wouldn't have thought of. The dead tree stuff, the fairy market. Information I wouldn't have remembered on my own. Right. And now we know why I kept on losing my lighter, right? How are they not connected? Tell me. Well, if you list them all in order like that, I'm telling you, Wolfie, that place is calling for me. The case is made for me. Well, Georgie, you might just... Ta-da! But they really picked the wrong guy. I'm just real bad at dealing with spooks. 1 second. Sorry, trying to deal with something real quick. 1 second. Okay. Just real bad at dealing with spooks. They make me question everything I've ever known, you know? But I've always thought you're pretty good at handling ambiguity, officer. Not when it comes to supernatural stuff, because we don't know enough about what's real and what's not. What will they do? Will they hurt us? Do they bring bad luck? Good luck? What's the truth? Who knows? Maybe you should take a day off and catch up on your sleep. Huh? What's that? No, nothing. You know, another patron of mine suggested a documentary to watch. Yeah? The focus was on interesting drinks from around the world. You could find everything from the mundane to the extreme, from local comforts to really special stuff. And I kept thinking one particular drink might interest you. Oh? It is something like a protection drink. It's made of coffee, honey, lemon. Ooh, bitch, I'm fabulous! It's made of coffee, honey, lemon, and a slew of other ingredients. Huh. Protection from what, though? From evil spirits and bad luck, I think. Maybe it'll help ease your mind a bit. Ah, gotcha. But Wolfie, even if the whole situation is haunted, there shouldn't be any evil spirits. Right? I wouldn't know, but I might need your lighter. What for? Well, the drink needs to be lit up. I just think your lighter might give it that extra magic boost it needs. Compared to just using a regular flame, I mean. Huh, what are you gonna make me anyway? Nah, I trust you. Here. Yay, we got his lighter. It exudes an interesting feel. Okay, then make me this magical drink you've learned, Wolfie. Alright, so it was... Okay, stream, calm down. Coffee, honey, lemon. Coffee, honey, lemon. Okay. Quemada. That's a beautiful.
I just needed you to know. I love you.
Love you too, Axolotl. Thank you for being here. That actually looks like a really cool drink, not gonna lie. Let's see. This spell-laden, alcohol-imbued Galician drink is known to ward off evil spirits. Just look at it. Look at it! Look at it! Oh wow. The drink does light up, huh? Yup, this is special just for you. So don't tell anybody. Roger that. Here you go. Oof. Careful. Dang, Wolfie. This is really something else. You sure it's okay to drink? I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I appreciate that, Axolotl. Thank you for being here and helping me out and stuff. But I'll take responsibility if anything happens. I'm just being silly, aren't I? Sorry for bothering you with all this stuff, Wolfie. You even made me this crazy drink to make me feel better. Don't say that. I'm always happy to help however I can. At least with crooks you can actually deal directly with them, you know? Not the case with apparitions. Not with that attitude. Oh? Ooh, who are you? A hard-boiled advice. Everything can be caught with a little elbow grease. Not actual elbow grease. I won't make that mistake again. Excuse me? McQueen? Is that you? Hello, Williams. It's been a while. It is you. The surprises just keep coming this week. Let me go over there. You know each other? More or less. We were brunch buddies. Brunch buddies? Brunch buddies. I feel like I meant to say brunch buddies in that same serious tone, but I don't like to talk about it. I still get nightmares. I feel ya. I wasn't sure we were gonna make it out alive. We were truly the lucky ones. Without a doubt. I'll just take both of your words for it. Good. Because I don't like to talk about it. So what brings you here, Detective? Surely it's not the coffee. Secret police reasons. I've not read the briefing yet, but enough about me. Tell me about your supernatural problem. Yeah? You need to bust a ghost? Oh. Well, busting might be a bit much. I was just talking to Wolfie about getting over my fear of that stuff. And ghosts. Something like that. I'm weak against ghostly-looking stuff. Get freaked out easily. For example, I admit I got a little spooked by what happened on Bourne Street the other day. I remember that. I know very well that unchecked fear leads to prejudice. That's why it's a no-no in my book. It even pains me to admit that out loud. Sometimes the toughest case to crack is ourselves. Other times it's ghosts. How do you do it, Detective? Your cases, man. I'd have probably lost all my hair by now if I were you. I try not to think about it all that much, and when I do think about it, I think, who else will do it? Nobody, that's who. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, once you get over the dead part, they're just like you and me. Look, I remember this one case we were investigating, a haunted apartment. This lady, her husband had recently passed away, but wasn't moving on, if you get my drift. Real deadbeat. Couldn't take a hint. Anyway, we had to go in and exorcise the place, right? Exorcise the demons! But the husband, he's caught wind and he's retreated into the basement. I won't get into the technicalities of it, but it's harder to get a ghost out of a basement or an attic. It's all about angles, really. I mean, I get it. That used to be his home. All his stuff is still there. It's hard. I get that. Oopsies. Okay. Oopsies. Come back here. So I'm slowly going down the stairs to try and coax him out. Bam! Next minute, all this romantic music is playing and the whole place is lit by a spotlight. Basic sensory illusions. Classic ghost tricks. Then, before I knew what hit me, I'm sitting at the pottery wheel and he's behind me. Bro, you are not about to do a retelling of Ghost. Patrick Swayze is not behind you being all romantic, feeling up your fingers on the pottery wheel. Okay? Wait. Isn't that the plot of the 1990 film Ghost? Yup. Oh. Maybe. We had a movie night at work and I dozed off before it started. The story must have slipped into my subconscious. Riveting. Oh. Hello. Hey, detective. Hey, people I don't know. Did you get your important errand sorted? I sure did. Ooh, his name's Dooley. Dooley, I can see crumbs stuck to your face. That's just the rain. I'll lick them off. It's very bready rain. There's filling all over your top. That's blood from a gunshot wound. It's healed up, though. You're literally holding the receipt from the donut shop. That's why they pay you the big bucks, detective. Oh, I'll do it. Don't you even worry about it, Axolotl. I will lick the crumbs off of him. So what I miss? We're talking about getting rid of Officer Williams's fear of ghosts. Hey, ghosts? Yeah, you're afraid of them, right, Dooley? No idea, never met one. We stopped a ghost riot. Pfft, ghosts aren't real. So you don't need to be scared of them. Easy. There you go, I guess. Sorry that wasn't much help. Nah. What you said, that they're just like us. That's a good thing to be reminded of. Exactly, they used to be alive just like us. As long as they don't try to eat, possess, or violently murder you, you should be fine. Very reassuring. Just talk to them. Feel their culture, listen to their issues, and spectral whales. Treat them like any other person. See what's on the... well, you could see what's on the inside, because they're probably going to be translucent. Lucent, whatever you want to call it. Which should be easy, yeah, since you can see through them. I thought you didn't believe in ghosts. It's best not to overthink anything he says. I certainly don't. Well, thanks for the advice. I think it'll help. Our pleasure. Now, Dooley, I think we should read that case briefing and find out why we're here. I already did. Oh? Turns out we were meant to arrest the person driving that taxi. Instead of taking it all the way to Seattle. Yes. Why? The driver was a chupacabra. Oh my... A chupacabra. Okay, let's get out of here, Dooley. Good luck, officer. Thanks, McQueen, a lot. You too, Officer Dooley. Bye, guy. Good luck with your rat problem or whatever. Bye, Coffee Wizard. You didn't even buy any coffee. Take care. Like, they came in, they didn't even buy any coffee. That was quite something. Well, what do you know, Wolfie? Looks like my good luck is back. Exactly, bruh. I'm feeling like $1,000,000 now. I'm very glad you do. Thanks anyway, Wolfie. I really did nothing much. Are you gonna be okay? Okay enough to start thinking about what to do next. I'm done here for the night. You have a good evening, alright? Please keep me updated, officer, and stay safe. Will do. Alright then. Maybe I'll go check the stock and... Oh? Is it the kitty cat? It's Riona. Welcome. Hello. How's the traffic out there? It's a mess. There is construction work taking place on Leonora Avenue. Oof. I can imagine the gridlock already. Fortunately, I have no deliveries to make today. That's great. I'm happy you're here. So, anything I can make for you this evening? I'd like something for my throat. I would appreciate a cup of tea infused with some lemon and a touch of honey. lemon, and honey. The beautiful Midsummer's Night Dream. A cup of warm Midsummer Night's Dream for you, Miss. That's what we call it here. How whimsical. It's wonderful. Sweet, but well balanced with the lemon, and the slight bitterness of the tea completes the taste. Thank you. You're so very welcome. By the way, you just missed Officer Georgie by a few seconds. Is that so? How is he? He's been thinking about what you said quite a bit, actually. Oh? He's currently dealing with plenty of clues he isn't used to. That's why he's hard at work at the moment. I see. Bad traffic aside, how are you? To be honest, I've had a lot on my mind of late, and I don't know how to express it without sounding pathetic. You know I'm all ears. That may actually be part of the problem, I am afraid. But pardon? You know, I've held conversations with more individuals over the past week than I have in the past few years. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? She is best girl. She's very pretty, very nice. It's troubling. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't mean it necessarily in a negative way. It's just, I used to believe that I had a settled life objective, but I have been doubting it lately. How come? I finally heard back from Miss Rachel yesterday. Ooh, any good news? No. Our fields are admittedly quite different, so I was not expecting much. However, she provided me with some contacts who may be of assistance, even though they had no direct connection to the audience I am trying to reach. I see. She explained clearly why she thinks I should contact them, however, which I am thankful for. That's very thoughtful of her. So what's the battle plan? And why are you doubting yourself? In essence, the advice is to slowly increase my network to make myself known. Oh? Sounds familiar, doesn't it? You can probably guess my concern about it. I think so, but you could give me a refresher, just so I don't misunderstand. I feel like that would be a shortcut, so to speak. Right. She did, however, remind me of an important and humbling fact. What would that be? Well... Oh, but it's not guaranteed you'll get anything out of it, don't you think? Unless you're really, really sure the so-called shortcut is 100% gonna work. Because you'll have to do way, way more than just making a few calls and waiting for callbacks, you know. I'd say that's a decent impression of her. Thank you. After that, she told me a short story about her early career experiences, both the good and the bad. Getting noticed is truly only the beginning. Then, it is either a matter of letting your talent speak for you, or you go out there to develop connections with the right people. Even then, there's still no guarantee of success. After listening to her explanation, I respect Miss Rachel's determination. I can certainly see how it worked out for her. But then I was left wondering whether Mr. Lucas meant something similar during our first meeting. Right, I thought it all sounded familiar. Will you try her suggestion then? I don't know. Is it difficult? No more difficult than sending reels to every edition I've come across, and being rejected by every single one. But for some reason I feel conflicted about it. Speaking of Mr. Lucas, he and I have also continued our correspondence. Although, perhaps it was more like a necessity. Did something happen? He was stuck? Pardon? Actually, he posted about it on social media last night. Yeah, he did say he was lost. He had a party with some friends. He got a little schmasted. And, She even asked if he was lost. She must have went and picked him up. Oh? I might have seen it. Yeah, did you? I came across it when I was updating my schedule and responded out of concern. Then he called me almost immediately. He was loud. All sounds in order. And extremely drunk? Really? He denied it at first, but it was too obvious not to notice. He told me he was walking aimlessly deep in thought and entered Cary Park without realizing he had done so. It must have been some deep thinking he was doing because I think it rained pretty hard last night. Well, I wouldn't know. The bus to and from there is currently not operating after 10 p.m., which is why I sent him a message informing him of that fact, as he seemed to be unaware of it. Right. So he called me to ask if there was any other mode of public transit nearby. Wouldn't it have been easier for him to just call a cab? He told me he wanted to know the city better. At midnight. Why not? After all, you operate your business after dark yourself. Touché. She's not wrong. Perhaps he just didn't want to go home yet. And I might be mistaken here, but I thought he doesn't like drinking. Wasn't it partying? Nevertheless, I think last night was quite different. It appears he had dinner with his team. And he needed the extra courage in order to negotiate with them about his proposed new direction. Oh. I see. I suppose it didn't go as expected? Perhaps. And I know that feeling all too well. Miss... However, he said he will keep negotiating until they reach a compromise. That's good. Is it, though? Miss Rachel told me about the hoops she had to jump through at the beginning of her career with her teammates as well. Likewise, Mr. Lucas has to work hard to obtain approval from his team for his actions. How can they still be so positive? What do you mean? I just cannot picture myself convincing others to give me a chance like that. I almost wanted to ask, why do we have to be at the mercy of others in order to succeed or fail? Can't talent speak for itself? But if I truly believed that, with the number of rejections I have received so far, I should have stopped a long time ago, shouldn't I? Right, that's why it doesn't work that way. What do you mean? To let talent speak for itself, we would all have to have the same standards. I see what you mean. Art would cease to be art if it were standardized, wouldn't it? However, doesn't that imply that everything still depends on the whims of the individual judging you at that moment? How does someone like Miss Rachel or Mr. Lucas manage to be fine with that? Perhaps because they don't see it as the be-all and end-all? What do you mean? Rather than viewing them as judges with the authority to determine their fates, perhaps they simply see them as hills to either overcome or avoid, if that makes sense. Just a matter of perspective as to where the power lies. But it's not easy to climb those hills, especially if you've never done it before. Therefore, it's good to try and find out what works for you, or ask for guidance, or assistance even. Because one can't possibly know every single way to overcome obstacles, or be able to safely recognize warning signs without first learning about them from others. Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, I guess so. I see. Still... Ma'am. Miss Riona. Yes? Sorry, I got a bit lost in my thoughts. You're fine, I promise. But speaking of Mr. Lucas, what happened to him after the call? I picked him up and drove him home. Whoa. But I thought you're located in Bellevue. I am. But I still had unfinished business in the downtown area. Moreover, he suddenly began singing quite loudly, nearing the end of our call. which led me to conclude that it would be best for me to go and fetch him. I see. How was his singing, in your opinion? Uh, um, it wasn't too bad. If not for the fact that he was screaming most of the lyrics, that is. Well, his hoodie was soaked when I arrived, so he had to take it off before getting into my car. Thankfully, the water did not completely soak through to his shirt, so he remained relatively dry. However, I still had to lay down the seat covers as his fur got rather wet. Ah. Hope he didn't get sick then. I should go now. Alright, will you be okay? I have a lot to think about. Thank you for being patient with my concerns, Wolfie. No problem at all, anytime. Have a good evening then, Wolfie. Come back again soon. Flower bed, an entire garden in a teacup, from the leaves to the pollen. Can you hear the bees? I'm assuming that's going to be like hibiscus, mint, and ginger, maybe? Maybe honey? Friday, September 29th, 2023. Dwarfura Tech teams up with Golemix Industries to produce self-healing concrete technology. At least it's pretty, researcher responds over alleged algae invasion. Alien sightings increase. Is this an invasion? Hi, Bailey. Hiya. Knock knock, anyone there? Mr. Bailey's, hi. I'm sorry I didn't hear you come in. How are you tonight? I'm alright, but you look pretty distracted. Penny for your thoughts? You can have them for free. I was just pondering the hidden side of things. How different the world is under the surface compared to what we think it is. Nothing and no one is exactly what they appear to be. Funny, I was having similar thoughts on my way here. Let's check our tea chill real quick. Very lucky to have people who's with me no matter what, and I won't take it for granted. Normal schedule. You want to know where I got all my awesome sunglasses? Check out my good sponsor. Been working them for eons, and I always love their stuff, but y'all know that already. I thought there was 4 things. Oh. Riona. Singer. Groover. Part-time. I guess now that we spend so much time on social media, people believe we can be summed up in a picture or a sentence. But it's not like that. It's not that easy to know someone. Even if that someone is yourself. Especially if that someone is yourself. Huh. Sounds like we agree on this. We sure do. And it's been on my mind a lot in the past few days. Does it have anything to do with your wedding to Miss Lua? Got it in one. How are things on that front? A few days ago we decided to take some time apart to think. That sounds ominous. No, I don't mean it like that. It wasn't a breakup or even a break. Phew. We've been through so much, there's no walking back on our relationship now. But sometimes you're so together that you lose sight of the big picture, you know? I think I see what you mean. So we decided to give each other a bit of space. And figure out what we really want out of our wedding. And more importantly, out of our marriage. I see. Have you made any progress on that front? Do you want the short version or the long version? I'm always here for the full story. Alright, then I'm gonna tell you everything. But I think I should order first. Sure thing. What can I make ya? I'm not feeling fussy. Anything warm would do. So anything, really. Makes sense. What about some herbal tea, then? Hibiscus, butterfly pea. Butterfly pea or hibiscus sounds great. With milk and honey, please. Milk and honey. Let's do blue pea with milk and honey. Oops, wrong button. Dreamin' blue. So pretty. Here you go, I hope you like it. Thanks, Wolfie. This is so nice, and it brings me way back. You know how I'm not really in touch with my family anymore. You're gonna go walk your dogs, you'll be right back. Alright, Axolotl, sounds good. We'll be here when you come back. Yes, I'm sorry about that. Don't be. I don't even miss them most of the time. In the end, they're just a random bunch of people, and we don't have very much in common. It's good that you've learned that about yourself, Mr. Baileys. I think so too. There's just one person I miss, but I've been missing her a while now. Ah, someone who passed away, I'm guessing? Exactly, spot on again, Wolfie. I used to have a very close relationship with my great-great-aunt. When I was little, my parents fought all the time. I still remember in my bones how that made me feel. The fear that one of them or both of them would walk away and abandon me. A bit ironic in hindsight, but then it was many years ago. Yes, it's quite normal for a little child to care about their parents, no matter who they are or how they behave. That's true. Anyways, I spent most all my evenings curled up into a ball in my room, trying hard not to listen to all the shouting, except when my gran came to visit. Not that her being around prevented the fighting, mind you. Elven high society is amazing at keeping up appearances, except in front of family. But she got how it made me feel, so she went out of her way to take the sting out of it. She would keep me company and bring me a cup of herbal tea with milk and honey in it. Drinking this now with you, it feels a lot like family again. Aw, Baileys. Sounds like she was a perceptive person. She truly was the best of them, until she got sick. Oh no, how did that happen? I thought elves don't get sick. See, that's a part of elven disinformation. Elves don't get sick with your little run-of-the-mill colds, but they do get big, bad diseases like everyone else, and it's not uncommon for us to die from them. Except there's this assumption in elven society that if you live the right sort of life, you'll pass away peacefully in your bed. So that's what families say most of the time when someone dies. Incidentally, that also means they need to pretend everything is fine until the very last moment. So that's what they did to my aunt. They basically shut her in during her last few weeks. That sounds really awful. I did manage to visit her, and she put on a brave face, but it was clear she wasn't happy. But then she wasn't very happy before that either. At least she had you. It must have been little consolation, but yes, I'm glad I was able to be with her. To think I came very close to being trapped with those people. I'm pretty sure she would have hated that for me. A little part of me hopes she'd be proud of me right now. I'm certain she would be. Thanks, Wolfie. Here you are, letting me blab on again. That's more than fine, but do you think growing up among conflict might explain why things are, well, a bit difficult to work out sometimes between you and Lua? I definitely think that's part of it. In fact... Oh, we got another customer. Ah, it's Silver. And Amanda. Good evening. Hi, Wolfie. And hi, I don't think we've met before. I'm Silver. I'm Baileys. Nice to meet you. And I'm guessing you're Amanda? We are, but you do not appear to be a hive. How did you... Lua told me she ran into you a week or so ago. Oh, the nice earthling we met on our first night here. That is a satisfactory explanation. And so are you her date? I'm a little more than that. I'm her fiancé. Truly. Fiancé is a successful outcome of dates with a 0.013 probability. Congratulations on your excellent odds actualization. Thank you. Now, Cafe Offspring. We are wishing for a drink. Cafe Offspring? How did you acquire that new title? Alright, sounds like something I shouldn't prod too hard. Never mind me. You were about to order, Amanda. We were. And what we wish for is a memorable parting experience. Ah, I suspected something like that. Last visit in a while, huh? That is accurate. I take it you've completed your research on Earth? Almost. We are quite satisfied with the outcomes of our missions. Interesting. That sounds like there's a story there. But first, tell me, what sort of experience are you after? We wish to have something we have never had before. It's time to get creative, then. Yes, take care not to reuse any ingredient you have served us in the past. How am I supposed to know what I've served you in the past? Sharky, do you remember what ingredients we served them in the past? Because I sure don't. Okay, I don't think we've served them chocolate. So let's do chocolate. Like, yeah, it was a low blow for them to ask me. Like, I'm not over here taking notes about what I have and have not served to who. Like, yeah, I could, look it up, but like... Let's do double... Let's just do all chocolate. Let's just make like super hot chocolate. We haven't served that to her. I don't know. The alien. T-Chill. Bailey's. Freelance designer, museum and art gallery frequenter, art school graduate, will draw and design for food and shelter. Interesting. Here you go. Hopefully this tastes new to you. It does. Yes! It is at least 56.941% different from anything else we have experienced. Well, that's good. It's more than 50%. We are, as Earthlings would express, delighted. According to our calculations, this is our 39,846th new experience since arriving on Earth. Dang! That's quite a lot. Perhaps. However, most of them were rather insignificant in nature. Oh? What about this one? This one is in the 99th percentile of significance. Oh, is that good or bad? She means it's very significant, right, Amanda? Ow. Very much so. We enjoyed this place, and we will miss it. That's... don't mind me getting a bit emotional here. Anyhow, I trust the agent gave you no more trouble. That one was quite close, actually. We had a little brush with the authorities, you see. Yeah, Lua mentioned that. Oh? He made her really angry. She was still seething when she came home that night. Please tell her I'm grateful for that. Well, that agent kept looking into things even after his second visit here. But that's where your help really came in handy, Wolfie. My help? Yes, the card that you got off the agent. We asked for help from an associate to run it through the mind you call computer. Once the contents of the card had been unveiled, we analyzed the language of its communication, which is quite an interesting mix, if we may say so. It is roughly 60.0923% syntax and 39.9077% mathematics. We then led a polynomial time attack on its encryption, expressing the ciphertext as, the point is, Amanda managed to get into the fire system. She obfuscated all mentions of any of us are saved beyond recognition, and some totally legitimate orders came in to send the agent to Europe on an urgent mission, which should last more than long enough for him to forget all about us. Oop, that sounds incredible. It does sound thrilling. It was a very simple matter of applying hive knowledge. Be that as it may, that's great work, Amanda. We are pleased. Amanda is amazing. But let's not forget who got the card in the first place. You really helped us there, Wolfie. Thank you. I'm very glad to hear that and very relieved. Yes, we have thought on it for a while, and we have decided we do not care for that sort of excitement. Around the world, around the world. Cool. Not if it makes our siblings so sad. You've really gotten a hang of emotions now, haven't you, Amanda? Thank you, Offspring. If that is the case, we are content. That means our mission is well and truly accomplished. Did you come here specifically to pick up Earthling emotions? No, we came here for the purposes of general Earthling research, but it appears to us now that emotions are one of its most interesting aspects. We will be submitting you call it academic paper, Uncontrolled Stimuli and Reflexive Neural Patterns, Deep Level Communication in Hive versus Non-Hive Species. Wow. That's how you know it's for serious research. I don't even understand the title. Amanda was always the brains in the family. That wasn't your only mission though, Amanda, right? If you're leaving, does that mean... Yes. Pearl and I did go out on a date. Right, you're looking for love, aren't you? I am. I was. I think. I think I may have found it. Wait, wasn't the first date a really short time ago? Just a couple of days. But I've been waiting a while and I really think this is it. When I took up this mission from the Hive when I came to Earth, and during this entire process when I changed and changed, what I was hoping was that someone would see me for who I am. And I really think she does. That's so great, but I'm curious, doesn't being in a hive provide that experience of feeling seen? It does and it does not. And in fact, we hope that is something our research might improve. The hive sees thoughts and desires honestly, but it is not able to communicate the reasons for those desires, the emotions, as it were. We do not dwell on those, nor will we start to do so in excess. But it seems to us now that they may be worth conveying, at least to some extent. Yes, what Amanda said is a part of it. I was very unaware of my emotions when I first came to Earth, and I was really bad at communicating them clearly to others. In some ways, I still am. It will always be harder for me to grasp them than for most people. But when I started to understand them, I was both fascinated and scared, which is not an uncommon experience, I think. It's really not. It requires a good deal of courage to look at your emotions honestly. It certainly requires some time, and even more time to find someone who can look at them with you, not get scared and take them as they are. Someone who can see you clearly and kindly. It is a precious thing when that happens, huh? A rare and beautiful thing. Has that been your experience with Lua? It definitely has. I almost forgot how much it mattered, too. I'm lucky that I have good friends who reminded me of that. So does that mean you and Lua have found some answers? Oh, the heck with it. I can't hold my tongue any longer. I'm sorry to interrupt your goodbyes, you guys, but Wolfie, I'd like to officially invite you to a little surprise ceremony, which will take place 3 days hence. Wow, that's some answers indeed. Yeah. Taking a little time to think really cleared our heads. We had gotten bogged down in the details, and in our own insecurities, to be honest. So we decided to make it simple again. No fuss, no massive expense, nothing like that. Just us and our closest family members, whether we got them at birth or chose them ourselves. I am very touched, Mr. Baileys. Oh, come on, Wolfie. You know you mean a lot to the two of us, as does this place. Speaking of which, are you gonna ask me to have it here? I also have Hyde's... Oh, okay. I also have Hyde's invitation here. Special invitation card for a certain someone. Okay, I'm gonna need y'all to remind me that we have an invitation for Hyde. And for Gala. Seeing how that's his obvious +1. Guest of honor. But what am I gonna wear? Okay, are we the Grinch? I just heard something pop up. What just popped up? I don't know. That was weird. Would you give it to them when you see them? It would be an honor. Silver and Amanda, I don't have a card for you, but you're in the cafe family as well, so I'm sure Lua won't mind. Would you like to join us for the party? Party? This is our first experience being invited to a party. It is 99.999% pleasant and 0.001% disappointing that we have to refuse. Aw, yes, I truly appreciate the offer, Baileys, but sadly we're leaving Seattle tomorrow. Really? That's more sudden than I expected. Are you going back to space then, Amanda? Not yet. We are going on an adventure. That sounds very exciting. It really is. Amanda and I are taking a trip through the country, and maybe even a bit further, if we've got time. We're basically going to be tourists. Tourist is such a fascinating concept. Although our sibling explained it to us multiple times, we still find it very hard to comprehend. We always thought that traveling must have a mission, a purpose. But it seems that tourism is traveling with no other purpose than traveling, which is in essence circular reasoning. It may well be, but it's still a lot of fun. In fact, I'd say that's the real purpose of tourism. To have fun, to relax, to see beautiful things, to enjoy life, you know? Enjoyment as a purpose. That is new to us, but we are 99.999% excited to try it out. So am I. I've never been out of Seattle since I arrived. I guess I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to blend in, but I would have to restart everything from scratch. But knowing that you're here, Wolfie, that I always have a place to return to where I'll feel home, well, that makes me a lot less nervous. I'm very happy to hear that. I think I should order a drink. Of course, what can I make you? I'd like it to reflect the spirit of our upcoming adventure, but I'm also in the mood for something sweet and soothing. So sweet, soothing, with an adventurous kick. Yes, that's exactly right. Then how about some hot chocolate with something extra to make it fun? Ah, I'd love that. Hot chocolate with some sweetness and some spice would be amazing. Okay, so chocolate with some sweetness and spice. So ginger, maybe? That looks about right. Here's a 299.792.458 for a lightspeed traveler. Oh, we like this name. It is evocative and adventurous. Evocative. Yes, it is the speed of light, not evocative of great adventures? The speed of light. Oh wow. Way to target your audience, Wolfie. Heh, thank you, but do you like the taste, Silver? I love it. This is exactly what I wanted. It's got the spicy kick of ginger to start with, which keeps you on your toes, but then the honey makes it sweet and comfortable. In fact, it reminds me of you, Amanda. How does a taste remind you of us? I guess he's saying that you're sweet, but with a strong character as well. That's about right. Let's look at what the recipe says. Fast to make, fast to drink, and the best start to light-year guided adventures. Aww. We do not entirely comprehend it, and yet we are pleased. Well, that's settled then. Whenever you miss Amanda, Silver, you can come here and I'll make you this drink. I'd like that. Thank you, Wolfie. Wow, careful there. You don't want to spill a drink you enjoy this much. You're right. Odie, you're fine, buddy. Come on. Come on. There you go, bud. I'm just so excited I can barely sit still. I can imagine. A first trip across the country is a big deal. Lie down, buddy. You're not getting any of my chicken. No, you're not getting any of my chicken. As mine. Go lay down on the pillows, buddy. Go lay down. Good boy. It is, but that's not the only reason I'm excited. Okay, that was quite the dramatic pause. I really want to know what you're going to say now. You guys seem to lead very interesting lives. Oh, not at all. I think I'm quite a boring person, with a secret society and an alien background. It's true that some of my life circumstances are a bit unusual, but this particular thing is very commonplace. Our sibling is excited because his date will be joining us. And in fact, we must be fair and acknowledge that we may have misjudged her based on her lack of facial symmetry. I couldn't find your doggy's leash, so you hath returned. Welcome back, Axolotl. Although Pearl's features are 9.231% different from left to right, we agree with her movie analysis 99.999%. Wow, hold on. Amanda, you have met Pearl and you talked about movies? And now she's joining you two on a holiday? How did any of that happen? We watched orc westerns all together last night. Pearl likes them a lot as well. You don't exactly sound thrilled. Fortunately, she also likes space travel operas. I see. Learning couple compromises the hard way. Amanda here, the little astronaut, she had asked us to make her a drink with things that we hadn't made for her before, so I had asked Sharky if he remembered what things we had served her before. And that's why he had said that. So I went the safe option, we just made her like a chocolatey drink, just chocolate, because I don't think we'd given her chocolate before, so. I suppose so. Well, I'm glad to hear that she's met Amanda and that they got along. Does that mean she also knows where you're from, Silver? She does. In fact, I told her about that on our first date.
No, Kelly Clarkson!
Yeah. Wow, that's very brave. It's very hard to put yourself out there under any circumstances. To reveal something so vulnerable to someone you've just met and are starting to like, it takes guts. Ouch. You're very kind, but I don't think so. To be honest, I hadn't planned it that way. Although I have always felt safe here with all the regulars. I know that not everyone would be open-minded about me. And so I wasn't sure I'd say anything to Pearl that night. But as we were talking, I was so happy to learn more about her, about who she is, and I realized that I didn't want her to have an incomplete picture of me. My past is a part of me. If my goal is to find someone who sees me for who I am, then she needs to know about that too. And in the end, that was the right decision. Well, I will say that if she'd heard your story, and that changed how she viewed you, then she wouldn't have been worth your time anyway. That's fair. But still, even knowing that, I admire you a lot. The truth is, and this is a bit of a strange thing to say, but I think I'm proud of who I've become. And I want the people I love to be proud of me too. What is proud? Proud is... For yourself, I think it's when you start to be satisfied with what you're achieving, especially if you have to fight to get there. And for others, it's when you think of someone you care about, consider who they are and the way they're acting, and it just fills you with joy. Ah, we see. Then we are definitely proud of you. Hiding behind the drink. You two are a really sweet family. And so are you and Miss Lua, Mr. Baileys. True, chosen families can also rock. Yes, when we met Pearl, we came to a conclusion. There is no difference in nature or expression between a family that you are born with and a family that you acquire by choice. Both demand work and understanding. There may be minute differences in the specific process, but the bond appears to be 99.999% similar in the end. So it is. Well, we should probably get going. Yes, we must. Go pack. First time I see someone get excited about that specific part. What Amanda really means is that I must pack, while she analyzes the earthling ritual of folding shirts, rolling up socks, and so on. Precisely. This is further information for our research. We are thrilled. Good luck, Silver. Indeed. Do enjoy your trip, both of you. Hope you'll tell us all about it when you're back, Silver. I will. Good night to you too, then. Hasta la vista, strangers. Orc westerns. Bye to you too. There's never a dull moment in your cafe, Wolfie. I try. Speaking of which, would you like to hold some party or after party for your wedding here? I know it's not a very large space, but perhaps. Whether we'd like it, we'd love it. Honestly, I didn't want to impose, but there's no place that could be a better fit. And I don't mind that it's not very large. It's going to be a small, cozy wedding, so this is perfect. It's settled then. Lou is going to be over the moon when I tell her. In fact, I'm going to go and tell her now. It's a very exciting prospect. It really is. Thanks again, Wolfie. You're like a guardian angel for us. And on that note, I'm off. Good night. Toodaloo. Can't join your party right now, bro. I'm streaming. No, it wasn't country. It was someone else I know. More like a guardian hive mind. Good night, Mr. Bailey's. Cafe latte. A caffeine boost dominated by milk. Saturday, September 30th, 2023. This might be the last day we play out, depending on how long it is. Because I need to go put my leftovers from lunch away, and then gotta work on some other stuffs. UFO previously spotted by Space Guard fighters. A very determined hot air balloon. Nekomimi driver crashes truck filled with catnip. Suspected DUI. ZXX20 virus vaccine booster ready for distribution. Interesting. Good night, Lucas. He changed his picture. I'm taking an easy day because self-care is important. Don't forget to take a good rest once in a while, too, everyone. I told my wife that she needs to embrace her mistakes. She gave me a hug. Damn, Georgie. Damn. Hello, Miss Aqua. Hi, Wolfie. How are you? Good, as usual. How about you? Honestly, lots of things have happened. Can I order something first, though? Of course. What would you like? Can you make me a cup of chai? Do I know how to make a chai? Nope. Doesn't look like I do. Okay, Pretty sure it's gonna be coffee, milk. Maybe coffee and milk and ginger? So I haven't done that yet. Oops, reset. Coffee, milk, and ginger. Milk, ginger, coffee. That's not it. Trash it. Alright, so for a chai would be coffee, milk, and honey maybe? Because chai is a little bit sweeter. Milk, honey, coffee. I know it's gonna be coffee, because that's how chai is made, is with coffee. Isn't it? Yeah. Well, a chai tea, because I usually get a chai tea latte, and it's brown like coffee, but it doesn't taste like tea either. What do you guys think we should do for a chai? I think maybe like switch the ingredients, like coffee, ginger, and milk? Nope, not cinnamon. Coffee, ginger, and milk. Ginger latte. Ginger and milk. But do we use coffee or do we use tea? Let's try tea. Ginger milk tea. So let's try tea, milk, and ginger? Because I know a lot of the times the order of the ingredients changes how it's... Cinnamon. Okay, so we don't have any more throwouts available, so we're gonna do tea and ginger for sure. So tea, ginger, and cinnamon. Yeah, we'll try that, Sharky. Let's see what happens. The Grinch. Not quite a chai, but it's okay, Sharky. We made a new drink though, so it's definitely not the drink we were going for. Green, spicy, and not everyone's cup of tea. Maybe it was. Do we have a recipe for tea, ginger, and cinnamon? Maybe it was that, or for coffee. Coffee. It could have been coffee, tea, and cinnamon. I'm not sure. I don't think this is what I ordered. Yeah, I know it's not. I'm sorry, Aqua. Right. It's just I've been working on my game, and I see. How's it going? It's pretty difficult, but I'll manage. I'm glad to hear that. How's that contract you talked about the other day going? Oh, that? I rejected it, of course. There's no saving it. It was tea, milk, and sugar. I don't think we have sugar as a recipe thing, do we? I don't think we have sugar on here. So maybe tea, milk, and honey? Truly like their games, but with all the shady requirements they had, I could tell they looked down on us small developers. And the scary thing is, if I hadn't known what I know now, just because they were a publisher I loved a lot, I would have overlooked all that. That's understandable, though. You trusted them not to take advantage of you. Well, it has to be fair for both of us, right? Because at the end of the day, it's business. But I don't know. Actually, I tried negotiating with them because I wondered if they still had any good faith left. Don't tell Myrtle, okay? Okay. But as I expected, it really didn't go anywhere. Instead, they insisted they're doing me a favor since I'm just a small developer. And I wasn't thinking rationally or in business terms. Oof. Doesn't sound like good faith to me. Right. Considering the unfair conditions they're expecting me to accept, they could have at least been polite about it. I doubt they care, though. Yeah. That aside, Myrtle's coming here soon. Great. So you two made up already? Yes. We apologized to each other. Nice. I know I was probably being a little confusing. I didn't explain the context I applied to the situation very well. But she made it clear that she understood why I was anxious, and she apologized for assuming. That really helped. Now she's helping me speed up development. I'm happy to hear that. So, Myrtle? We were just talking about you. Okay. Nothing too terrible, I hope. Don't worry, only all the good stuff. Anyway, sorry, Wolfie. I won't be ordering today. Why? We don't have time. We're going to the expo sale, right? Oh, you're right. Expo sale. We're hunting new parts for my PC. It's been a bit slow lately. A bit? She's joking. It's pretty much in its death throes. If we're going, we're building you a whole new setup. But if you just want parts, I can always give you mine. But at this point, I'm not sure it'll be any help at all, to be honest with you. Yeah. No, you're right. It's time to move forward with the productivity. I've been putting off upgrading things for a while now. So it really is time for a better setup. That's the spirit. Go big or go home. Sorry, Wolfie. Seems like we have to go now. Thanks for the drink. I'll see you later. Take care. Safe trip and good luck. Her little squelching sounds as she walks away. Let's see. I guess I'll go over today's checklist. Oh yeah, you're Rachel's dad. Oh, Mr. Werewolf Man. Hello, gentlemen. Hey, Wolfie. Wolfie. Nice seeing you here, Hendry. How goes it? Good, good, good. I see you're doing good, too. As usual. What do you want to drink, Hendry? It's on me. No, that won't do. Well, let's talk about bills later. So what will it be? You first. You sure? Okie dokie. I'll have one STMJ, please. We know how to make that. That's something we've made before. Milk, ginger, and honey. Milk, ginger, and honey. Oops, wrong button. Smells so nice. Spot on. Thanks, Wolfie. You're very welcome. And for you, Mr. Werewolf Man, it's my turn. Something with ginger, please. Anything else with that? Well, what would you recommend? Anything from your new tea line is fine. Oh, I see you have a new selection. Yes, we have blue pea and hibiscus tea available. Hibiscus, huh? You should try Te Jahi Rosella. It's pretty good for this kind of weather. Sounds familiar. It's ginger steeped with roselle buds, another name for hibiscus. Anything else in it? Well, it's a bit sweet. Interesting. I'll try it then. Have we made that before? I'm pretty sure we did. I feel like we made that before. Oops. Or I remember reading about it. Yes, hibiscus, ginger, and honey. Hibiscus. Can you scroll? Ginger and honey. Brew. Sorry, responding to a message. Serve it. Piping cup of Rosella for you. Unsolicited bouncer. Who put you in charge of the guest list? What do you think, Hendry? Does it look any good? Oh. It looks about right. It smells good, too. Try it? Yep, it's good. Glad I passed your impromptu test. So what's been going on? Did I miss anything? Something happened, didn't it? You can say that. I think the officer is coming too, by the way. Alright. As for me, I'm just glad my fury is over. Are you okay, though? I'm fine, as you can see. How are you managing, Hendry? Did you get your checkup? I did. Rachel pestered me to get it done all week, so I had to do it. Good. There's no doubt I need to slow down. I can feel it in my bones. Time is a harsh mistress, as they say. Ain't that the truth? But I don't think you get to complain, though. Why not? You know my body isn't what it used to be anymore. Oh? I mean, compared to my prime. 50 years ago. I think you look very prime, Mr. Werewolf. Just saying. I'm kidding. Truth is, my body doesn't hold up well when I'm transforming anymore. Oh, is that so? Yep. The soreness doesn't go away as quick as it used to. It's harder to get up in the morning after all that. Like today. I know the feeling all too well, especially in this kind of weather. Oh? It's like my body knows if a storm's gonna get worse. No weather forecast can match the accuracy of my joints. Well, lucky for you, ginger is great for sore muscles. Is that the Georgie man? It is. Look, there's a size difference. It goes big, medium, small. Hey folks, the man of the hour. Hiya, Georgie. Wolfie, what I miss? Some very important weather talk. Is that so? Sounds like I missed a ton then. How are you? How am I? If you're talking about my case, well, I don't even know where to begin. Hendry, you know nothing about what Hendry, you know nothing about what I'm about to say, right? No? What are we talking about? Wolfie, you should have primed him before I got here. My bad. In my defense, I didn't know you were coming until Mr. Gollum mentioned it. Excuses, excuses. I'll help explain it to Hendry. In short, there's been a string of car vandalisms nearby. So he's trying to figure out if the tree being gone has anything to do with the case. I'm assuming that little flash of time was him explaining things to him. That's where we are now. Yep, that's about it. That's a lot to take in. Anything new happened since? Oh, that's a long drag. Well, I tried something. I set a few candles where the tree was. I used my lighter, and things happened. Mind backing up a bit? Feels like there's a lot of context missing here. Well, I'm warning ya. Everything I'm about to tell you is real. It'll sound a little crazy, but no, I haven't lost it yet. Got it? Loud and clear. I told Wolfie about my lighter a while ago, how it might be connected to the fairy market we talked about before. Really? In what way? The lighter was my grandpop's, and there's a chance he bought it from there. Ah, interesting. Yeah, what a coincidence, eh? Anyways, my daughter likes this sort of mystery stuff, right? After talking to her about what's been going on, she believed my lighter was the key to making sense of all this. And gave me some pointers. So, I went back there last night, to the spot, you know, to where the tree used to be, lit a few candles there, and put the lighter right in the middle of it all. To be honest, it was spooky as heck. The air was still and I felt tension in my head. Wasn't sure if it was just me being creeped out or if there was something else going on. Whatever it was, I thought I should leave it alone. So I followed my gut and got the heck out of there. But then what happened? It blew up. What? What do you mean, what? The lighter, it just blew up. Well, what do you mean, blew up? Yeah, I think we definitely need more context here. Well, I didn't see it, because I was walking towards my car, you see, but I heard it. Pshow. With a little whoosh, followed by a couple of clink clinks. Pshaw? What kind of sound is that? You know, like something small and metallic blew up. Wouldn't bang work better? No, that's a shot. Wouldn't want to confuse y'all with that. But pshaw is... what is that? You know, pshaw. Is this like a reference to Friends when Chandler is doing the whapa instead of whoosh kind of thing? Like, is this like a Friends reference here? Because I'm getting major Friends references right now. Whapa! And then what happened? Right, okay. Then I immediately looked back to see it had fallen over with its lid open. The flame was burning white. Wow. Ain't gonna lie to y'all, I freaked the frick out. But before I could do anything, two small figures emerged from the corner, walking toward the lighter. Did they see you? Yeah, they did. They inspected my lighter while I was just standing there. Then they asked me straight up, "Is this lighter yours, guy?" I said, "Yeah." Then I fired a question back. "Are you the ones who have been messing with cars around here lately?" They said yes. Well, sounds like case closed. So they weren't ghosts? Hell no, thank God for that. Then who are they? Let's just say they were close friends of the deceased. They're part of the fairy folk, but I didn't expect them at all. Didn't expect? Do you know them? Kinda. In fact, they own the gnome nom. Are they gnomes? Near my place. Oh wow. Did they know it was your car then? Nope, because I only ordered takeout, and I usually walk there. What was the reason for all the vandalism then? It all started because of a broken promise, and we have to start way back for that. Buckle in, everybody, it's story time. Getting situated, ready for story time. Everybody situated, got your popcorn and your drinks. It's story time. You remember why the tree was there in the first place, right? Yeah. The tragic hit and run. At the time, the court ruling practically let the driver off the hook outside the DUI charge. Well, it sparked a huge protest. Good. In response to it, the mayor at the time gave his word to the victim's family. He promised to keep the tree as a landmark for the community, and the vow was kept well after his tenure was over. But he died a few years ago, and we all know recently what happened to the tree. I see. So it was their attempt to keep the memory alive, not just for their friend, but as remembrance of the injustice as well. And after all the urban renewals the city's gone through, makes sense if the community that used to be there is gone by now. That's right. There used to be a lot of veteran housing and low-rise apartments in the area. Now it's filled with never-ending projects. Anyone else want to add their ... dots? You okay? Oh yeah, sorry. There's something about it bothers me about a bit. Like what? Their unique disposition after they pass. It bothers me that their own memories are insufficient to ensure their existence, and by failing to remember, we, the outside party, will also gradually lose track of their existence. It just doesn't feel right to me. I get what you mean. An odd erasure of existence. But apparently that's why they keep animals. The Gnome Nom's owner told me they have a large mastiff living in their place. Others even take care of multiple animals at once. Interesting. I suppose that's why some folk prefer living near the wilderness. But animals don't live long either. Right? But the erasure starts happening if they're completely forgotten, right? Something like that, I guess. I'm not sure. Right, okay. But doesn't that normally happen anyway? How do we pay respects or remember someone who died a long time ago? Like our ancestors, for example. It's our call, isn't it? Every April, Rachel and I would visit my wife's grave. We used to visit her grandparents' grave too, when my wife was still alive. If our extended family was visiting, they'd join us. We'd clean their gravestones, bring food, and have a feast while catching up. It's how Nekomimis honor the dead, and I'm sure other cultures have their own ways too. Right? I truly think continuing the tradition is something we do for ourselves, though. To remember the deceased and all the reasons they mattered to us. So except for the weird erased memory part, it sounds on par to me. It's the effort of the living to remember the dead, anyway. You're right. Unless you believe in life after death, memories are for us, not for the dead. Exactly. It would be great if we could all remember and help each other. Because keeping track of any sort of history is a team effort. Since the best way to gain wisdom is to learn from the past, whether it's bad or good. Yeah. Speaking of the Gnome Nom's owner, though, what happened to them after all that? Oh right, did you arrest them? Nope. Huh. Are you going to let them go? Not necessarily, but I got an idea on what I have to do. Right now, I'm just happy there's no ghosts involved. Still, it was truly something else. Yeah, what a night it must have been. It is what it is. What's up, big guy? Something on your mind? No, nothing. Shame about the lighter of yours, though. Oh yeah, it's probably busted, right? That's the thing. It works just fine, not even a scratch. Really? But that thing blew up, didn't it? Like, heck, we even debated the sound effects and everything. As I said, it still works fine, so I don't know what else to tell you. I see. You want to know what I think? No. It's haunted. No, it's not. That thing is definitely haunted. What are you talking about? The white flame is a bit unnatural, I agree. And I remember how you kept forgetting your lighter here. Hey now. A man is allowed to forget stuff as he gets older, no? As for the blowing up, it was probably a well-timed bad chemical reaction or something. This thing is real old after all. If that's the case, you might want to stop carrying it around. At any rate, I believe you now, officer. There's no such thing as coincidence. Indeed. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Oops, wrong button. Give me 1 second. Okie doke. I still think it's a ghost, though. Chandler Friends sounds like a psychopath without the laugh track. I mean, not really. Maybe a little bit. Shut it, Hendry. Shush. In any case, mystery solved. For now, at least. Oops, somebody's phone is vibrating. Oh no, I think I have to go now. I didn't realize I missed multiple messages earlier because I was so engrossed in your story. Sorry to rush off. I'll see you all again next time. Sure, safe trip. Nice seeing you again, Hendry. Take care. Let me move over there. You know, all that talking made me thirsty. You want anything? I'm good. Then 1 espresso for me, please. let's look at how to make an espresso. After we check whoever got updated here. Gala. We are happy with him now. Food. Anything warm and made with ginger. Music. Metal Maiden. Books. Full Metal Jarhead. What he's doing with his life. Trying to heal myself by helping other people heal. That's very nice of you, Mr. Werewolf Man. So he wants an espresso. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Coffee, coffee. He's like frickin' Tarzan. Coffee, coffee, coffee. If you know, you know. George of the Jungle. Serve it. Here's your espresso, officer. Thanks. Great as always. So what's next, officer? What's your plan after this? Other than talking to him, I guess I'll focus on the rumors. Word is going around that cars are being messed up there. It's kind of expected though, isn't it? There's no point adding to citizens' worries when the case is pretty much over. And I don't want bad press to paint over the area's history. You're right. There's nothing like rumors. Without being stopped, they'll just spiral out of control. Oh, it's the missus, isn't it? Time to leave, I guess. Duty calls? Something like that. I suppose I'll do the same. It's quite late after all. Thanks for listening to us, Wolfie. The old men ramble. Pleasure's all mine. Well, take care and see you later, yeah? Have a good night, Wolfie. Safe trip, you two. And that is the end of our day. Russian tea. Despite the name, it's a totally American drink. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Sunday, October 1st. I hope you all have enjoyed our Mystery Monday today. I've got some things I gotta work on and all of that. And tomorrow we will be playing Dinkum. It's gonna be a longer stream. And might even play something else with someone else after we get done with our Dinkum stream. We'll just have to wait and find out if that second part will actually happen. But I hope everyone enjoyed, and we will resume this game again next Monday. But for now, I will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye!